What's up, everyone? Welcome to Versatile Fun Designs. We are supposed to be live right now. I'm just going to mute myself. Okay. Say something in the chat if you're here. Welcome, come in, come all. Is this going to be the last day of building the UCS tie interceptor? Can we finish it today? We did 11 bags yesterday, so that's half of the bags in total. Can we finish the remaining 11 bags today and tonight? Can we do it? Let's find out. So this is the result of bag 11. And so now we're going to do bag 12 and bag 14. You might notice they're very similar to each other. What about bag 13? Well, here is bag 13. Oh, that's convenient. So it turns out because bag 13 and bag 11 are exactly the same, basically symmetrical, so I just did this one offline. If you want to see how this came together, just look at how I built this one, because this one is built exactly the same way. Of course, I did this one a bit faster, but still the same idea. So now we're going to add a bit more to these wing holders, I guess, with bags 12 and 14 respectively. Just got to make sure that we don't mix them if there's any parts that are unique to one or the other. So we'll have to see for that. I'm going to set up my 3D view, and then I will start building these two bags simultaneously. All right, so I'm just gonna put this right here while I go get it set up, and I'll be right back. Juggling a lot of things, by the way, right now. Getting all the bags ready, not just bags 12 and 14, but all the remaining bags. All right. I'm back. All right, so I'm going to set the main build to the side for now, just so it does not get in the way. And then I will open, so it's pretty hard to tell which one is which because they're identical, so I will treat them as such. So, but just by looking at it, this one is bag 13, this one is bag 12. Sorry, bag 11. So I'll put 11 and 13, and now I'll open 12 and 14. So this one goes with this one goes with this one. All right, let's go. And we'll put the pieces on each side, on their own side, and I'm going to try not to mix them up. And this is the first time in the history of this channel that I'm doing a live build with two bags at the same time. And that's because I have not done that many live builds. All right. So, what interesting pieces do we have here? Well, we have this shovel piece. So this is usually used by minifigures, especially in Lego City and things like that, for cleaning and things of that nature. However, here it's going to be used as a decoration or as a greebling, as they say in LEGO Star Wars. And interestingly enough, the original UCS TIE Interceptor from the year 2000 also had this same piece used as greebling. So this is a real blast from the past. It's a real homage to the original set from 24 years ago. That's really nice to see. We do get these pieces here in gray that are usually used for the collectible minifigures. So usually if you get a collectible minifigure, they will have this kind of like tile or plate that they would stand on. But here we are going to use these for the build, basically. You have this piece in blue. I don't know why it's blue. Some orange as well. So that's, I guess, just to help people orient the pieces where they need to go. All right, let's start with bag 12 and then we'll move on to bag 14, but we'll kind of build them in parallel as we go along to take advantage of the symmetry between the two sides because they're supposed to be symmetrical. From the last building phase, we can infer that these two need to be put together. And my apologies if you hear any background noise. I have no control over it, unfortunately. just flipping these so that the sprue marks are always at the bottom instead of the top. It's nitpicking, but I think it's worth it. All right. Is trickier than it looks, especially from the limited view that I can see from a 360-degree view. As always, if you're new here, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps the channel. It's starting to come together with all these various components. All right. I'm just going to mute myself for a while because this is being very loud. Okay, so we're going to need to reverse the studs because these pieces, like the studs are not going to be on the same side. And we have anti-studs, they're not going to stick to other anti-studs. So the way to solve that is to use a stud reversal technique such as this one, where basically you have anti-studs from both sides. Yeah, so that's basically how we can join those two together. That's the most logical thing that comes to my mind anyway. So I think we're gonna have to start putting this together because if we put this here, then we'll basically lock these pins and we won't be able to insert it later. So I'll try to bring the build in the middle. We'll try to work around it as best as we can. I don't know if I need the whole build or just the interceptor. I'll bring the stand just for the sake of stability. Yeah, we're going to want to attach things to both sides here. So this goes towards the back, and you see here these Technic holes, they are going to be attached here. Need to make sure the pins don't come out. There we go. And now I can say with reasonable confidence that this goes in this way. Actually, we need to remove these pieces first. Put this in and attach them after. There we go. And it's going to be hard to get all the angles in frame as I do this build, but I'll try my best. Oh, we have these pieces that go here somewhere. Yeah, we shouldn't forget about these. Basically, one more plate. It's going to be this one, I'm pretty sure. But then we're missing some space here, so the orange piece makes sense for it to go here. And then this can go in there. And it's a bit of a tight squeeze. We have to dismantle this a little bit to put that there. Whoa. Where'd this come from? Oh yeah, this came from over here. Somewhere at the bottom. I'll actually flip this one to make it go this way. Right now, at the bottom of this one, we need these guys. We also need something that's here for basically one more piece that gets held, something like this. So we need that as well. Right now we can put it there. This is difficult. I barely wanted to snap in there. Hopefully we don't need to do lots of dismantling after this. This one I'll just put it on at the end, I think. this needs to fit here somehow. We need to reverse the studs. Through the process of elimination, I'll do this. Oh, actually, you can't really see it, so I'll try this. See, is there any stud that I can connect to? To make this work. Is there a place I can attach this red hook to? And I'll reinforce it with these. Move a little bit of debris that was there. Okay, that holds itself a little bit. Very all held by like one piece. But it is held. It is held in place. Say what you will. It just feels very not well held together. But there's not a lot of other pieces I could use for this. So I think that is the way to do it, actually. Here again on the other side. Do this. And the L piece. We're winning with this piece here. And here I'll try to show the connection better. So we have like this blue brick and this dark gray brick and this one, this red anti-stud is going to go right here. Oh, but before we do that, we need to reinforce it with a bunch of these inverted tiles. Right? So let's do that. I used pretty much all the pieces in the bag, so this has to be the way to do it. Unless I'm really missing something. If I am, please comment down below what it is that I'm missing. Yeah, this is much more of a display piece than a play piece, so it's somewhat forgivable. Somewhat. All right, so I'll remove this from the stand. Just the tie interceptor alone. This goes in here, basically between the gray and the blue. It goes right there. Yeah, that one felt a bit better because I knew what to expect. And now we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Oh, and before we do that, shovels. So Insert the shovels. Try not to knock the whole thing out. And this shovel right here. Oh, that piece fell off. I'll have to put it back on. Okay, there we go. Next time I'll insert the shovels earlier. And I'll bring back this piece right here. Okay, now let's do the other side with the benefit of the knowledge that we have. Oh, and this one, yeah, this last one, I'll just put it back there. Yeah. Now we're officially done with bags 11 and 12. Bag 13 is done and it's right here. You can attach it. And now we'll finish up bag 14. So we know that we have to set this up. This one is going to go like this. I'm also going to need this here. Now the blue Technic brick along with all this stuff here. Actually, let's be more intelligent. We know that those red pieces, they're gonna go in, they're gonna end up here. Let's just put them here in advance so that we don't have to worry about them later. All right. It's definitely not the standard Lego building techniques that we all know and love, but that's why we're here. We're here for the advanced building techniques and learning new things that you cannot get just by buying like a $10 set. Nothing against the $10 sets. They're pretty good for what you pay for, but if you get a $300 set, obviously you're going to derive a lot more building experience from it. And we'll just put the buckets in now. Now we'll do the whole L stuff. We can do one of these here. And this last one after we close it off. Here we do basically all of them. Okay. This piece goes here. Now this one, we know that it needs to go to how do we do this? This one's gonna go like this. This is gonna appear on the inside. This one is the one for the bottom. It goes here. And then we close it off. All right. Same thing on the opposite side. It's a little bit flimsy. Close it off. Adjust these a little bit. All right. Oh, and the jumpers that go over here. They actually should be like this. All right. Now, okay, we already did these. I'm wondering where these additional pieces would go. But actually, I'm thinking about it now. If I were to remove this assembly here, just remove this assembly from the top, would it make sense for these pieces to go over here? Nope, they would not fit. So no, they don't go there. They must go somewhere else. But yeah, you see better. Here's how these pieces are connected in reverse. So basically there's studs on this side versus studs on this other side, flipped via this particular way. Just reattach the shovels, the shoveled pieces. Okay, and this goes like this, and this whole thing goes in. I might be forgetting something when it comes to these black or dark gray tiles or plates, but if I do realize that, then I'll go back to fix it as needed. But for now, we'll move on. Wait a minute. Is this right? That can't be right. Oh, like this. Oh, as usual, I'll be removing this. I'll add it afterwards. I feel like there's a small difference with this one compared to the others. Let me see, what does this one look like? These plates go under, like so. Well, it's because we didn't have them when we were doing this before. Okay, there we go. Shouldn't be a problem. That's really, really annoying. try that again. Or we might actually pull, oops, I did not want to do that, but that might help actually. Just try to pull this off by a little bit. Okay, let's do the insertion again. This is why a lot of people don't like Lego Technic. There we go. That can be very frustrating to put together sometimes. But we did it. All right. Now we got to put these pieces back. Oops. Yeah, like so. This one goes right here. And lastly, this one here. And then for bag 14, we finish it by putting this on the top. There we go. Now we are done with bag 14. Interesting enough, the extra pieces that I get are not the same between bags 12 and 14. So this is what I have remaining for bag 12. And this is what I have for 14. Maybe they did this intentionally, or I might have did the build not exactly as it's intended. Maybe it's not 100% symmetrical and there's like some small subtleties, but I think we can ignore that for now. And because we built bags 12 and 14 simultaneously, we're jumping straight to bag 15 now. So let's have a look at bag 15. Just loading up the 3D view. All right, we're good to go. So while I'm here, let's talk a little bit about Lego colors because we have a lot of interesting colors in this build. So I'll just show them to you because some of you might not be aware of the names of all of these colors. All right, so this color here, we already talked about it. It's the reddish orange, which is not the same as regular orange, which is used on things like this brick separator, or the regular red, which is used in many pieces, but none of them shown here in front of us. In terms of the greens, we have the regular green right here. This is called sand green, and this is lime green. This is azure, medium azure, and this is dark azure. And both of these are not the same as the regular blue, such as the blue Technic brick from the previous bag. All right, just some color trivia in case you didn't know. And this color here is called tan. Most people call it tan, but it's also known as brick yellow in some places like the Lego.com Pick-a-Brick service. So that's good to know. How long has it taken you to get to this point? That's a good question. So I started the build on the evening of May 1st. That's really amazing that you are there. Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much. So I started the build on May 1st at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. I built 3 hours on May 1st, 3 hours on May 2nd, same time from 7 to 10 p.m. And today is day 3. I'm on bag 15. So it's been a very fun experience to put this whole thing together without the instructions. I am looking at the 3D view, but that's still very, very challenging. This wing here is less challenging than the other parts because you can see it from the box. We can also see it in the 3D view, and it's pretty much flat, so we see both sides of it. So not that difficult to figure out, thankfully. I need this break after figuring out all the stuff that was done here. Yeah, that was not easy to figure out. So in the first part of this build, we're just doing a layout, laying out everything, the bottom layer specifically. I might have missed something here. Oh, this whole thing goes shifted by 3 studs like that. Yeah. There we go. Right, so that does it for the very bottommost layer. Now we'll start connecting the pieces together carefully. Did you buy it in the morning during launch day? I can only imagine how hard that must have been. So I bought it in the afternoon of May 1st. Thankfully, in my location, they still had the gifts with purchase, so I was able to get those. But I know in some places they run out very quickly. But yes, I bought it the same day at the Lego store. Because if I waited for it to be delivered, I'd probably be waiting till next week. I know if you wait until Black Friday, you can probably get this for cheaper, but I wanted to get it on day 1. But I got all the gifts with purchase, so I think it's not totally crazy. Ooh, this piece I have not seen before. A 4x4 L. It's like a big L piece. I did not know that this existed. That's interesting. Just gotta make sure I line these properly. I like the consistency that they're using here, always using the dark azure to connect these triangular pieces together. All right, so this is what the wing looks like. Gives you a good idea for the size of it. This one actually goes here at the top, on top. And now we can start to tile it off. So these pieces, for those who are not familiar, have a smooth side at the top and a rough side here on the angled parts, just to provide some interesting texture. All right, we are done with bag 15, although I think I got this wrong. I'm off by 1, I think. Yes, I'm off by 1, so I'll have to push all of these by 1. Fortunately, I don't have to take apart the whole thing, just this small part right here, so that we have four studs here. Okay, bag 15 is done. Let's get ready for bag 16. All right, bag 16. Oops, these should not go like that. I'm missing a layer, basically. I'm really happy for the brick separator here. I have not seen this piece in a long time. It reminds me of the airplane builds I used to do as a kid. So yeah, it's pretty cool to see this piece here. I didn't even know that they still made this piece, interestingly enough. Very, very good to see it. It's like meeting an old friend after a long absence. Although I usually remember it in like red, blue. I don't think I've ever seen it in gray. Once again, we get some nice part usage here with this blaster piece. That's really nice to get. And it's again going to be used as some greebling. These pieces should not be confused between each other. We want to use this one here to attach it. Yeah, I believe this is both of these are anti-studs. All right, here's a closer look at the greebling detail here. All right. We're pretty much done with the underside for the most part. I'm going to assume that there's no filler parts here. Therefore, this will go here and there will be a gap, but the gap is probably fine. And now most of these gray pieces here are going to go to build this border all around. It's going to use some hinge pieces like this. So we have to figure out where we place them strategically such that the end result is what we want. So 1, 2, 3 hinge pieces in this bag. Maybe there's more. Let's see. So one of them goes here, obviously one of them goes here. And the third one either goes here, or is used to reinforce one of these two. So that's something we'll have to figure out. Let's see. How does this work? Probably this goes like this. And this would go like this, and then we would have one of those hinge pieces. Oh, is it going to be this or this? Well, it's going to be this way, obviously. Another question. Oh, it can only hinge so far, so it's got to be this way. This is going to have to lock in place somehow to this part of the wing. I'll attach it now before I do too much work. This is supposed to go here. That doesn't work. Let's try this. Okay, yeah, that actually works better. I thought the wing would be on this side. It's actually on this side. So yeah, that looks really nice. Now we can continue this onwards. And I'll be tiling it off as I go, just so I can reinforce it. Oops. And this fits perfectly. Wow, like it's perfect alignment. There's some very interesting Lego math going on here. I'll tile that off right now. Is this gonna work? Something like this. Maybe this connects down here. Or maybe here. I don't know, it's not super obvious. No, it's gotta be here. It has to be here because then you have this piece here. And somehow the hinge pieces have to fit here. This piece is blocking them. I'm pretty sure this is what it's supposed to look like. And this piece is on this side, so the hinge is also on this side. This is confusing to me. This is too much. I feel like I need a jumper or something over here. I'll do the rest of the build. I know that the hinge piece has to go there. I'm almost certain of that. The other explanation is that I did something wrong in the build. In the meantime, you can start putting these black pieces where they belong. I don't know what happened. What's that? All right, I got a pop-up on my phone. I don't know what that is. Hopefully you can still see and hear me. Otherwise, I'll figure it out eventually. I still see myself building the thing. I'll continue for now. If you have any issues, please let me know in the chat. Okay, this goes down here. Okay, I'm starting to suspect this might not be 100% correct. I mean, that's the only way the shapes would fit. Unless... I feel like there should be more pieces here. I just don't get what would be put here or here, however we orient this piece. Because even if I got them wrong, then I would have like some extra pieces as well. But here it looks like it doesn't look like, well, there's this one can go, this one can go here, but that would still need to fill up that gap. Huh. I'll have a closer look at how it's done. And perhaps this piece here. No, it can't go any other way because the angle needs, we need that angle to, we need to clear this. Maybe we can move it up by 1. Since I'm not using the instructions, I'm open to creative reinterpretations to like get this to work. Or actually, instead of doing this, what if I do this? Oh, but then I will have trouble connecting it here. That won't work either. This is frustrating. This piece is correct. This is correct. This is correct. This is correct. This I don't know because it's covered, but it looks like it's correct. This is correct. This is probably correct. This is probably correct as well. This is extremely likely to be correct. And then here we have, oh, one thing we could do is put this here along with this. Okay, that makes sense. And this goes here. This goes here. This goes here. Oh yeah, it's just a question of rearranging them. Is there any way for this to be, for these two pieces to be connected? Any possible way? Like this, for example. Forcing it a little bit. It really doesn't want to go. This is the best that it can do. This really does not want to happen. If I do this, this also does not want to happen. For this, wait, maybe no. Maybe that's it. Like, it's not a standard angle. But that works. That works, right? But then over here with this, can we cover it with this? Not really. So that doesn't work either. I mean, it fits, but ooh. Yeah, that's a tough one. It looks like the live stream might be having some issues. I'm going to try refreshing it. I don't know if anyone's watching this live stream. I don't know if it's running or not because it's not updating on my side. Let me do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to unmute myself temporarily and see if I can hear myself talk. Okay. Yeah, I can hear myself talk. So yeah, the stream is ongoing. Someone just joined. Welcome to whoever you are. Thank you for joining me. There seems to have been some technical difficulties earlier, but it looks like they cleared up on their own. All right, so we have this piece here. Basically, this part is almost all done. We just need to connect it somehow. The other thing I'm looking at is maybe using this part for the connection as well. Maybe that gives us, at this point, I'm not really, I care more about the result than the way to achieve it. So if this works, I'll just go with it. Does this work? I hope, yes, that works. So I might have gotten something wrong in the way that I was doing this. This goes here. All right, nevertheless, we can continue the build as long as we have enough of the proper pieces. Maybe this should actually be down here. Yeah. Okay, let's do this. Okay, now we can connect from both sides. This piece here to make it nice and smooth from the exterior. Do we have a 1x4 that we could use? Otherwise, we might have to steal it from somewhere else. Let's try to get the big picture first. So this goes like that. I think that works. I think this works too. And then we could just tile it off. We'll just see what the corners look like. Oh, actually, it does not go all the way. So we can actually save some pieces. I think actually this longer piece should go over here. All right. On top of that, there's this tile here. Then this comes in, we'll put that in afterwards. And so you'll see that we'd have a very, very long piece here. At the bottom once again. And now this is much better reinforced. Of course, this goes here. One more of these pieces. You can do a tile. Like this. This fell apart, but I'll put it back after. Another tile here. Tile. And this one goes here. Right. And we have this one, I believe, goes like this. Is not well held. This one here. And so in that case, this whole thing is shifted. Yeah, this piece is held a lot by this. And this is where we have this. And this goes here, and that also covers up a lot of that ugly hole that would otherwise be very visible, is covered by this greebling. Okay, so the end, that's not too bad. Okay, now we could put this here. This goes here. This goes here. And this goes here, but we're not attaching it. Well, I guess we could attach it now. There's a reason why in this building phase it's not attached. But basically this goes at the bottom. Oh, we forgot about this. This goes there. Yeah. This is the wing. This is what it looks like compared to the size of a minifigure. So it's pretty large. It's as tall as the box, give or take. So yeah, it's a pretty large wing. We're going to attach it now to this bottom part. Let's see. Hopefully we're able to focus it. All right, let's push it in. And then we can angle it like that. Yeah, it's starting to take shape. All right, that is bag 16. Oh, now we, after that, we put this piece here. I guess it's just so that it does not, like when we fold it in, it doesn't fly off. We put that in last. All right. Here's what the tie interceptor looks like in general, but it's very hard to show it in frame completely because it's so large. But basically bag 16 is done. We're going to now build basically all the bags that remain. Bags 17 and 18, they're going to be the same exact thing, just on the other side. So I'll set that up soon, and we'll be off to building it. All right, now it's time to open bag 17. This time I'll build it from one side to the other and see if that's faster. those who joined just recently, welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I'm now building bag 17, as you can see, from one side to the other. The other one, I laid it out and I started putting plates on top of plates, and that one felt better to me. But this is another way to build, and I like to switch things up so it's not always exactly the same. And if you're not yet subscribed, please subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thank you so much. Actually, this piece does not go here. Instead, we have this, 3x3. And then we have two of it. All right, that's the first layer. Bag 17 is done. Now we'll move on to bag 18. Bag 18. add the greebling bits at the end. It's easier that way. Oh, looks like these are removable. And now it doesn't take me a million years to figure out that this goes here, because I did it before. No sprue marks, that's good. So here we need to attach this at the middle, but also from these sides as well, so they're not flopping around. I forgot to do that on the other wing, and I just fixed that right now. Okay. Now here, you gotta try to cover this up completely. Right, beautiful. Very nice. That's done. Over here we have this. And the final greebling detail. Let me just attach it to the build right here. Let me attach this piece here. You're done with bag 18. All right, here for reference, here's what the build looks like. I'll remove the box just to give myself a bit more space. Yeah, here's what the build looks like from all angles, as much as reasonably possible, because this thing is massive. We still have a few more bags to go. This thing will keep you busy for a while. It's not like those gimmick sets you can put together with the minifigures that go together really, really quickly. This one will take you a while, and you will enjoy the build process. Unless you need to build it in a hurry for whatever reason. If people are running after you to build it ASAP, you'll be having a tough time. Even with the instructions, I think it'll take a while. Oh no. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, this stand that I'm using is not the most stable thing in the world, unfortunately. So as I reach out for another bag or something like that, it really messes up. I'll try to reposition it a bit better. Again, sorry for the dizziness if that made you dizzy. So yeah, we can kind of see what the thing will look like, but just without the wings on this side, which are going to be very similar to these wings, by the way, spoiler alert. I just knocked off this thing. Hopefully it's not falling apart. Okay, this thing is not super stable. I doubt that adding these wings is going to make it more stable, but I'll reserve judgment until we're finally done with the whole build. Yeah, that's a pretty good look right there. The wings coming right at you. Okay, I'll try to do some building with this pose here, but I might need to move it if it gets in the way. And again, if you're new here, be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Just loading up the 3D view, shouldn't take too long. Oh, I got the wrong bag. Bag 19. This is bag 19. Let's see. Do you think it's going to be exactly the same or just very similar? What do you think? If you haven't already built this before. I lost a piece down there, but it's an extra piece, so it's no big deal. I'll go get it later. These pieces look identical to what we did for bags, basically since bag 14 or 15. All looks exactly the same. So let's just do it all over again. I'll do the layout thing again just because it's the most appealing way to build, in my opinion. feels better. I got two of those pieces flipped. All right, bag 19 is done. Bag 19 is done. Who wants to see bag 20? Nobody? All right. I know not a lot of people are watching right now. It is almost 10 p.m., which is when I usually stop these streams. There's 3 more bags to go. They're going to be very repetitive. Actually, I'll just see. Let's stay a little bit longer and do bag 20. Then I won't do 21 and 22. I'll leave those for doing them offline, and I'll explain why at the end. I have a feeling it's going to be it's actually not the same. Never mind. I guess I will do bag 20 right now. Just try to readjust my posture a little bit because I'm tired of sitting in one position. And this stand is attached to my chair, believe it or not. That's why every time I move, it moves. All right, let me just pull up 3D view. Just finding a proper building phase. Okay. All right. Done. Now I'm opening bag 20. As usual, I'll check for any interesting pieces before I start the build. I think I already see something interesting. So we got these train wheels that are, I think they've been recolored to light bluish gray. I have not seen them in this color before. I could be wrong, but I think they're new in this color. So this is some nice part usage right here. We'll put this on the wing at the very, very end. Again, we have a blaster just like before. Nothing new. We have this piece here, which suggests that we're going to do some stud reversal. So we'll save that for later. Okay, but a lot of the build looks similar to what we had for the lower wings. So it's just going to be more of the same with some variations on that. I'm pretty sure the hinges are roughly in the same places here, 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 and here. Is this right? Maybe not. Two, two, three, and two. Yeah, it should be here. Yeah, that's much better. This part is almost muscle memory at this point. So much easier than doing it for the first time. I don't think that should go there. How do we do it for this one? Eight long. Under another 8 long. And near the tile. Right, that's cool. You know the drill at this point. What's up? Thank you for joining Lego Timmy. I'm on bag 20 of the build. We're almost done here. Thank you for joining. Yeah, these wings are very similar to put together. Lots of repetition in the build, but it's at least it's 4 times and not 4 million times, so it's all right. Sort of becomes muscle memory after you do it for the 3rd or 4th time. Is that right? No, I don't think so. Oh, we still have to do some stuff on the underside, which I forgot about. But let's just finish up this side completely. This looks like it's the wing for here. So just by analogy, this would go, no, not this one, slightly longer tile. Yes, this goes here. With this, hiding the sprue mark as always. This piece will be attached at the very end. We still got to do some work on the underside to basically repeat what we did over there. We got this piece. There we go. I believe that's it. And then we just have the greebling over here, as usual. All right. Now this. Just gotta figure out the correct orientation. Goes down towards the part of the wing that has the angle, and that is attached like so. All right, the greebling is done. Yep, rotate this a bit so it's not conflicting. Where does this piece go? Where does this piece go? We still have a few pieces left, including this train wheel. So we gotta figure out where to put that. I believe we have to put the wing on first. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that. I'll just adjust the angle. Yeah, this is the fun part of the build. Clips together very nicely. And we fold it. Add this piece here. Ooh, disconnected that piece by accident. Trying to not disturb it. Yeah, this is very fragile. You can see how it's shaking a lot. It's a little bit worrying, but we'll go with it nonetheless. All right, now we gotta do some cleanup work around here. Let's see here. this work? This reminds me of ketchup or mustard. It's weird assembly. This inverted, oh no, just a regular tile here. Now what do we do with this? Looks like this goes here. Like so. Oh, that does fit. I was surprised that it fit the way it did. Yeah, again, it feels a little bit flimsy in my opinion. Oh, it's heavy. To connect this, because this is compatible with axles, it's the only thing left. You know that it has to go here. And at some point we put this at the top, but I think there's other stuff to be added as well. This completes this tiled off surface all the way around. That's nice. And this here, does this go here? Probably this goes there. Yeah, I don't see any other possibility, so this here, put this here. I wonder why these pieces are included here and not in the bag for like where most of this stuff came. But again, it could be due to a manufacturing concern. All right, now we put that there. We are done with this wing. And I think this is a good place to wrap it up. I wanted to build the whole thing live, including the two final bags 21 and 22. So you could like see me finish it, but I think it's going to be Very similar feeling, just this but mirrored, flipped on the other side. I'll show you what this thing looks like from all angles once again. Oops, I'll get the figure. So basically this is the completed model minus this last wing here. But what I'll do is I'll build this offline just so that I can go and relax a little bit because I've been sitting in this chair for far too long and I need to prioritize my health. So stay tuned for a video coming not too long from now where I'll be finishing up this build. I might not record the build because it's just very, very similar. This, if you've seen this wing, you've also seen this wing. Like they're pretty much identical at this point, other than the orientation, so they're symmetric. And once I finish that, I'll do another video when I'm not live streaming, so I'll just be back to my regular recording setup. I'll give a brief overview of the set for the people who did not watch the live build. I will do a speed build, so for people who did not want to sit through 9 hours of building, I'll try to condense it, and I'll give my thoughts on the set. So what do I think about the set? What do I think about the minifigure? Does the minifigure fit inside here? What does that look like? So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss that video. Hi John, thanks for joining. I'm about to sign off, but I'm glad that you're able to join us before I leave for tonight. And again, I would have wished to continue building the last wing, but alas, I've been sitting in this chair for far too long and I do need to take a break. And I don't think I should do a whole other live stream tomorrow just to build this wing. I think that would be a waste of time. I'd rather spend that time doing the build and then just giving you my honest thoughts in a review. So yeah, I think this is a good place to end for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in to Versatile Fun Designs, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.